Well, good morning. This is Shirley from Shirley's Art Ventures. Today I want to talk to you about money and taxes and what happened during the pandemic year. So, with the pandemic, all kinds of things shut down, so I couldn't do the things I wanted to do, but I was able to do some new and different things. So, I'm just going to kind of highlight what I did. I was able to get a grant because if we were affected by the pandemic, there's money available. I actually got more than I anticipated. So in getting that grant, I was able to buy some equipment to do the video. So I bought webcams. I got two of those. I got another camera. I bought some different lights, and I upgraded my website. So I got a little more money than I anticipated. So I was also able to have my own store. So I spent money on mailing out things with the postage and with the packaging and that kind of stuff. So, and I also started a new hobby with the grant money. I guess I'll call it that because I needed to spend it someplace. So I started crocheting. As some of you seen, I have these cute little critters here, and they've been selling. So it's been fun crocheting. Now, with the pandemic last year, I wasn't really able to do my classes, but I was able to make some tutorials on YouTube featuring my crocheting and some other things that I did. And I spent a lot of time, since I wasn't able to attend shows, I made a number of things. So I made some different scarves, I made a wrap, and like I showed you before, I made a whole bunch of little critters. The pandemic kept my mom busy because we were still able to have her towels in the little shop in Verona. So I was able to buy her towels, and I started buying them at Kohl's because I could get higher quality towels. If you waited for the right sales, you could get a good price. I make very little money off of these towels because by the time I buy them and they go into the little shop and they take part of the money for commission, I barely make anything. But it keeps my mom busy, it keeps her happy. She spends a lot of time trying to figure out the colors of the towels. So this has been fun. These are on my website too, and when people buy my towels, say they buy one towel, it costs me probably more to send out the towel than to make the towel, because and then I make like zero money off of the towel. So the other thing in painting, I barely spent any money this last year in painting. The main thing I had to buy was photographs, because I would make my photographs into magnets and different things for my paintings. So that was the main thing I spent money on. Other than that, I didn't buy paints, I didn't buy paper, I didn't buy anything. But I was able to do a few paintings during the pandemic, and I kind of like this one, and hopefully I'll do some paintings this year. I've been doing a lot more crocheting than anything, so the paintings has been kind of gone to the wayside. Jewelry wise, yes, I did buy a bunch of jewelry. I had a little shop back in May. They decided to offer kits to the Girl Scouts because the Girl Scouts needed to get their badges, so they asked me to put together these little jewelry kits, and they were a hot commodity there. So I bought a whole bunch of beads and wire and stuff to put the jewelry kits for the little shop. So that did work. And also in jewelry, I had some shows, but like we said, every show was canceled pretty much. But I was able to get into a shop, so part of my pandemic money was the rent on the shop, so I was there a number of weeks. And so I was able to show my jewelry. I was also able to show my jewelry at UW Hospital and the Firefly, but in order to do them, you had to be able to hang it up. So I had to buy these display boxes, and I think I bought 11 of them, and so that is a cost I did not recoup. I did sell one piece, but it was hard to sell things if people couldn't get into the different places. My resin work, I was really planning to increase my resin work during 2008, not 2018, 2020, but that happened initially. I spent a whole bunch of money buying molds, buying resin, and I did some things. I did buy the photographs for that, so that was probably my biggest outlying expense was with the resin. So the vessels, I worked very hard on the vessels earlier in the year, thinking that they were my ticket to fame, and it was hard to have a ticket to fame when every show you pretty much were in was canceled, and the one show I was hoping they would get into, they weren't accepted. I hadn't perfected them quite yet, so the resin was kind of a wash. I did some garden art, I did some other things, and I've sold things, but I found the thing that did sell pretty well was cardinals, so I was able to make some cardinals. I put glitter in some of these, and these did sell. Ornaments sold, so that is something I will continue. I have this big 2-gallon thing of resin that I bought. I probably bought that in February, and I finally started using it in the fall because I was making things, you know, for these fall shows. I also got some little tiles here to make some magnets, and the magnets I make are some of my best sellers at the little shop, so, and those are really inexpensive to make. I did have to buy some new business cards this year because I was essentially running out, and I bought some bags for the business cards to go into and for my supplies to go into. And what are some other things I had to spend money on? Art fairs. Well, I got more money back on art fairs than I actually spent. Some of the money I got for the pandemic relief I spent, you know, to do at that little shop. So it was kind of, hey, I kept getting money sent back to me because not everything was canceled. I did do a total of 6 art fairs. I did 3 before the shutdowns, and I did 3 in the fall. And then I was at the little shop in Madison for 8 weeks. So that was successful. So that was kind of where I spent my money at this last year. I did have some online fees with my online store. I started up with Etsy site. I haven't sold anything. I did want to get things into my Amazon site, but everything, you know, got kind of busy, and I still haven't done that yet. So that is a goal of mine. So we'll see what happens in 2021. Despite all of that, if I didn't have that money given to me via the pandemic relief fund, I definitely would have been in the hole because I was already planning to, you know, do the videos, and I think because I had time to do the videos, this helped to pay for the video equipment. So thank you for, you know, having me get that grant, because that did help. It also helped to expand what I do, and now I have this, you know, this fun new little niche that I have been successful at, is making the critters. So I keep making the critters. I keep buying yarn. Yarn was probably my second biggest expense. Well, beads are always a big expense. So anyway, this is Shirley from Shirley's Art Ventures, sharing how the money flowed in 2020. Thank you so much.